to work, and people want to work. They want to get back, even the lazy people, they want to get back. So we're going to be working very hard, very diligently, and we're opening up the world. We're opening up the business of the United States because we were built to make money, not to be locked up. So we're doing very good. But I'm not happy with China. I think you know that. I like the doll. Thank you. Thank you.
I will be the greatest president that God ever created.
He's right. He's right. He's right. I actually spoke to God not too long ago. I left a message. I said a prayer, and he got back to me. He said, "You're doing a great job." And I know that God's a Republican. You know that, right? He's a Republican. Because the Democrats give me a hard time about the wall. But remember, even heaven had a gate. Don't forget it.
Very good point, Mr. President. Very good point. And what are your plans for New York? What do you think is going to happen with all the comedy clubs? What are we going to do about the comedy?
Well, a lot of the comedy clubs are not so good. So they're going to close. And the good ones are going to stay open. I think we know that. And I think, I'm not going to talk about it, but I think you know which ones are the good ones and which ones are the not so good ones. And they're not going to stay open. But maybe that's a good thing, right? Maybe that could be a good thing. We don't know that.
We're having a good sweep. We're going to be sweeping the country. But
I'm not happy with China. I'm not happy with China. You know that. I'm not happy. Well, I'm not. How can I be happy with China? Because we know what they did. First of all, we don't know what the people. I kept saying early on, the Chinese flu. And people got angry. They said, "Oh, he's racist. He's racist." I'm not racist. It came out of China, and now we're finding out. Right? They said the other day. They said, "Oh, maybe it came out of." First, they said there's a couple of things they're saying. First, they said it came out of the wet market. You heard that, right? Which I didn't know what that was. I never heard of it. I thought it was a strip club. And then they said, not the wet market. Then they said, no, it might have come in the lab. It could have been the lab, okay? The lab, which I was like, fine. And it was apparently a lab in Wuhan, which I call Fluhan, because that's where it came from. The Fluhan flu out of China. So I'm not happy. And I like President Xi. You know that, right? I like President Xi. I like him. But I don't like the rest of China. So I guess you could say my relationship is sweet and sour.
Yeah. I can't breathe. You are so funny. Mr. President, what do you think? Are you going to be rallying anytime soon? I mean, with all the crowds.
I mean, the good thing is I really don't have to rally because Joe Biden, he's like sleeping all the time. So when I give my press conferences, I get to talk about whatever I want to talk about. Once Grouchy Fauci gets up there and Dr. Birx, I can talk about whatever I want to talk about, which is great. So it's working out very good.
What do you think is going to be the VP running mate for Biden? What do they think? What do you think?
Well, they're talking about Michelle Obama, which
really?
I hope she's prepared to be president because he's going to die halfway through. I can tell you that. He's not going to. I don't know how long he's got. He's already confused, very tired. If I were him, they should get somebody. I would rather go against Bernie Sanders, quite honestly.
Are you glad Bernie Sanders is out?
Well, I am glad. Well, you know what? I feel bad for the guy because they pushed him out 2 years in a row. They pushed him out. They pushed Bernie out. And I felt bad about that. He's not a bad guy. But quite frankly, look, he's from Vermont. I don't even think that's a state. We all know that. He doesn't belong in the White House. I think he belongs in like a treehouse. So we don't know. But I feel bad for him because he got kicked out by the Democrats. They didn't want him. He's too extreme. And then they put in Sleepy Joe. And I don't know what's going to happen with Sleepy Joe, but I have a feeling he'll be sleeping during the election.
So you're excited about 2020. You think you're going to win? You know you're going to win. That's it.
Well,
it's in the bag.
I'm going to win by a landslide. I was hoping it would be actually very competitive. It's not going to be competitive. It's going to be a total landslide. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to win big. And sometimes I have to say, I hate winning. Sometimes I win too much, Sometimes I try to give the other guy a chance. I can't do it. I win too much. Sometimes I'm so tired I have to lie down because I'm tired of winning.
How's
People
Melania?
say to me, what are you not good at? I said losing. That's what I'm not good at.
How's Melania, your wife?
Melania's, she's great. We get along very well. And a lot of people like the fake news. You hear them, right? The fake news. They like to come out and go, oh, they don't get along. We saw them in a restaurant. Melania looked angry. She was angry. She wasn't angry. Okay? She wasn't angry. It was the Botox in her face. She can't move her eyebrows. That's how she always looks. She's not angry. That's how she always looks.
You're
We
the
get along
funniest
very
president.
well.
I
We
think
get
you're the
along very
funniest
well.
president. You're the funniest president I think we've ever had.
Well, there's not many good ones. There was another good president, my other favorite president, which was Andrew Jackson, which I think was a great president. He was, as you know, he was the president during Vietnam and the LA riots. And I think the guy did a great job. A great job. I love Andrew Jackson.
Does anybody have a question for Mr. Trump, for Mr. President, the President of the United States? Anybody have a question? A comment? Unbelievable. You're unbelievable. Mr. Trump, let me ask you a question. How do you stay so your stamina, you can go the distance.
Well,
You're
you can talk about stamina. You could talk about it. A lot of people tell me that. They say, my God, the stamina is unbelievable. And it's true, because you could ask Stormy Daniels, she'll tell you. But I made it at least 7 minutes, I can tell you that. And by the way, I never slept with her. You know that, right? I never slept with Stormy Daniels. I never slept with her. She slept.
No?
I was up all night holding in a fart. But anyway, I never touched her. Never touched her. But they wanted the
Do you
fake
know
news.
he's out of jail now? Are you worried about Michael Cohen? Michael Cohen's out of jail now, and he's going to write a book about you.
Well, I've seen him write his Post-it notes. He's not going to write a book pretty good, I can tell you that. He's a total idiot. He's a flunky. Everybody knows Michael Cohen's a flunky. I was going to fire him before they took him to jail. I was going to fire him. He's not good.
Really?
So I'm not worried about it.
Did you know that somebody wants to know if you have any well wishes for Kim Jong-un?
Well, I do. I hope Kim Jong survives. I always like Rocket Man. That's what I call him, Rocket Man. You know that, which I thought was a nice term of endearment. He got offended. I don't know why he got offended. I thought it was a nice one. You should have heard the other names I was going to call. I was going to call him a missile midget or the torpedo turd. I was going to call him the torpedo turd. Right? But I didn't do it. How about the grenade gook? I was going to call him that, but I didn't do it. So I thought Rocket Man was nice. I thought
Oh,
I
my God.
will be the greatest president that God ever created.
That's
Wait, there's
true.
more.
That is true. And that includes around the world, not just America, around the world. So I want to
Around the
thank
world.
you. I got to get back to Twitter.
Thank you,
I wanna
Mr.
thank
President.
I will
Thank
be
you so
back
much.
on very soon. I can tell you that. And we'll catch
Yeah.
up. And you keep doing a tremendous job. You've done a great job, fantastic job. I think you're doing tremendous. And we'll talk very soon, okay?
Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that was Mr. President Bob Dibuono. He's a comedian. He's amazing. If anybody has any parties or any events coming up in the near future, this man is the best of the best. I mean, this guy could do anybody, but really, right now, he's working on the president, and he does it all the time, and he makes appearances. So if you want to hire him, please let me know, and I'll let him know. And I have all of his information. Bob Dibuono, follow him. He's incredible. You're gonna love his Instagram, and he, yeah. And if you want him to sing "Happy Birthday" to someone, huh? That's a really good one too. He sings "Happy Birthday," or he gives a happy birthday message. So if you guys want any more information, direct message me, and I'm happy to share.